Hey there, artsy friends. Welcome to my Shorty Art Journal series. This is where I take a half-size composition notebook and turn it into an art journal. So I have links down below if you want to see kind of the original process that I went through to prepare, which is, in a nutshell, tear out some pages, glue pages together. That's pretty much it. Working with cheap paper like this, it will not lay perfectly flat. So if you want to work in a composition notebook, like, you kind of have to embrace a little bit of the wrinkles and the curls, and but I've grown to just accept that as part of the texture of my pages. So also, if you're new, art journaling incorporates a lot of different styles, and it's not really well defined. It's essentially any type of art that you do in a journal. That's the name, art journal. But some people use it as just like a place to practice for, maybe they make big canvas art or some other kind of art, and they use an art journal as just kind of like a playtime. To me, art journaling is all that I do pretty much. I don't do a lot of other things. Like, this is the thing that I do, and I love it. I love the freedom and just the relaxation and no rules. Yeah, there's no art and rules. No, there's no rules in art. So I almost always begin a page by just laying down acrylic paint. So sometimes I use a brush, sometimes I use a sponge. Usually I use a sponge. Sometimes I use my finger. Sometimes I use like a credit card or like those spatula things that you scrape paint across the page. So it's really just whatever I feel like doing. After I have some paint laid down, usually my next step is either stamping or stenciling, or sometimes I'm just doodling, mark making, sometimes some collage. Although I typically use collage as more of like a base layer as opposed to the focal point. And some people love like magazine clippings, or they'll draw people or faces, or whatever makes you happy. And I'm using some found objects as stamps. Like, this is a Lego. I think it's actually an off-brand Lego. And then this circle is from an empty reel of Scotch tape. So it makes kind of like a double circle stamp. It's kind of fun. I know when I am new to something, I need help like seeing every step of the way. Like, even though it might be intuitive to some other people, to me, I'm like, well, what do I do next? What do I do next? What do I do next? And so I understand that totally. In fact, I went to a class, a watercolor class at the library, and I literally had to just wait for the instructor for each. What do I do? Okay, then I put paint there. Oh, okay. Then I do a line there. Oh, okay. So I get it. And I have started making recipe art cards so that you can kind of, if you choose to, if you want to, just kind of follow a pattern. So if it takes like the guesswork, or if you're not feeling very confident with knowing what to do next, then you can kind of follow a recipe. And just like cooking in real life, sometimes you start a recipe and then you're like, oh, I'm going to substitute this for that, or I'm going to completely take out this ingredient, or I have something way better and I'm going to add things. So it's like that. Yeah. And then this little journal, I have started keeping quotes that I find that I like, and because I kind of have them all over the place, so I'm starting to just keep them in this little handy journal while I'm art journaling. I can just kind of flip through there and choose one that maybe has resonated with me recently, or I just like. So this one is, we don't laugh because we're happy. We're happy because we laugh. So it's kind of that chicken or the egg thing, where sometimes we just have to laugh at life, and then we don't take it so seriously, and then we feel happy. Yeah. So if you're not feeling happy, go make yourself laugh. There's actually people that do that. Like, they have like groups of people that like meet at the park, and they stand in a circle and they look at each other. And at first they start like fake laughing until it becomes real, and then everybody can't stop laughing. So you should try it. I'm telling you, it sounds ridiculous. It kind of is, but it's everybody's experienced that at some time or another. Oh, wait, hold on. I interrupt my story to tell you or to show you what in the world. Why did I write an E there? Yeah, that's not how you spell laugh. So I am really easily distracted, and I think somebody just walked in and said something to me at that exact moment, and my brain was like, oh, an E sounds good, whatever. All right, so to fix that, I am covering up the E lines in the back, and then I have to kind of make it look like it was intentional. So I'm going to kind of scribble all around the word laugh, and then maybe that'll make it look like I just was trying to make that my focal point of the quote. Okay, so now I'm going to doodle some botanicals. I really like the contrast of like the super bright colors and then black. Okay, so I started to tell you before I got interrupted myself with my oops. I'm sure that everyone has experienced this at some point in life where something strikes you as funny. Usually it's with a friend or whatever. I don't know. But it could be at the most inappropriate time and you just cannot stop laughing. Oh, man. Yeah, it could be like at a wedding or a funeral or church or something where something is not really supposed to be funny, but in your head something's funny. And then even if it's not funny anymore, or you're with a friend and you're looking at each other and you just can't stop laughing. Doesn't it feel good? It just releases all those endorphins. And sometimes we can hack our brains by telling ourselves how to feel or laughing. It's like we know we're manipulating our own brain, but it actually works. All right, so I am framing in my page just with a thin line. Sometimes I feel like that really brings it together, especially if I'm doing that contrast between the black and the brights. Okay, now I'm going to grab my white gel pen. I figured if I outlined the H a little bit more, it would kind of blend better with the rest of the word, the quote. So yeah, there it is. And since I had the white pen out, why not make a few more little doodles or marks? So I'm just kind of choosing a few circles to add some white to, but it's really, at this point, really not doing much. And surprisingly, I would consider this more minimalistic page than I normally do. Usually I'm like, more is more, keep going forever. But that is it. I hope that you enjoyed watching my process. I hope that you're inspired to go play with paper and paint and art. And this is a really cheap way to do it too. It's not a huge investment and you can just have fun. Find some quotes that make you happy, smile, or maybe you're going through a hard time and just writing out. One thing I do when I'm struggling with something, I'll write across the whole page all my yucky, angry thoughts or whatever, and then I'll cover it up with paint, and then I'll make something nice out of it and know that like I'm not defined by all that yuck. Anyway, all right, I will let you go. So come back and hang out with me again. We'll see you next time. Have a blessed day.